Okay, so we're going on now to making a Christmas card from the locality that you live in. So it's personalised to send maybe abroad or to show off or showcase your locality or your photography skills or whatever. So this one is going to be much shorter because the basic skills and techniques of making a Christmas card are in the personalised family one that I've also posted tonight. So to start off with then, once again it's File, New, and we're going to use A4 size again. So what you need here is international paper, so drop the drop down menu, international paper, and make sure that A4 is selected here. Once it is, click OK. Now once again you need the rulers to find out what's the halfway mark. If the rulers are not visible, go to View and just click Rulers here and the rulers will pop up. Now in order to make a guideline for roughly halfway down the page, remember this is going to be a horizontal card so that the image will be across the bottom here and it will stand horizontally on the mantelpiece. So this will be the front of the card down here and this is the back of it here. So to find halfway, left click up in the ruler, hold down the left mouse button and drag down. And once again the number you're looking for is 14.85 and that is exactly the center point of an A4 card. So leave that go. And once again remember that this won't print, it's just a guideline for you when you're designing your card. So the next thing is to open the image that you intend to use. So back up to File, Open, and I'm going to use this one because it's just a winter landscape with some snow around, and I would imagine that's pretty suitable for a Christmas card. So what I want to do with this image though, I want to make the edges a little bit more fancy, for want of a better word, so it'll look nice on the card. So once I have my image open, I can then click one of the borders that I've uploaded to the website. So I'm just going to go File, Open, and the border that I'm going to use is border 49. So I open that again. So as you can see, the border here is vertical, and in order to make it horizontal to suit the image, I need to go to Image, Image Rotation, and 90 degrees clockwise. So this now is going to form the border for the image on the front of my card. I am going to need it to use it as a layer, so at the moment it's locked as a background, so if I just double click on it, it'll come up Layer 0, just click OK, and it's now a layer. So I now go back to my image and I need to copy this in to the border. So I go Select All. When you see the marching ants, I can go Control and C, or I can go Edit, Copy. I then go back to my border and I go Edit, Paste. Just click OK to that when it comes up. So now you can see my image and the border are in the same image, and they're just layered on top of each other. But I do want the size of the image to match the border. So what I'm going to do now is, with the image layer selected, I'm going to tap Control and T, and that'll put the handles on the image. And holding down Shift in order to keep the length and width perspective, I'm going to drag it out until it goes past the edges of the border. And if you have to just drag it down a little bit or up a little bit, that's fine, not going to matter. Drag it out, and there's my image. When I'm happy that it's pretty much centralized, I just double click in the middle and that's fine. Now in order to use the border, you need to have the border on top. So just left click on the border, hold down the left mouse and just slide it up. Now from here, in order to make the image appear through the border, what you've got to do is change the blending mode. So with the border image or highlighted, or the border layer highlighted, instead of normal here, change it to screen. and that allows the border to, or the image to come through the black portions of the border. And if we just zoom in here a little bit, you can see a nice effect here of the border all around the image. So in order to copy this and put it into my card, I'm going to have to flatten the image, because if I just copy it, then I'll just be copying one of the layers. So I'm going to go layer up here, and I'm going to go flatten image. So now the layer and the background, the border, have become one. So now I can select it all. I go select all, and once again edit, copy, or control and C if you prefer, and I go back to my Christmas card, and this time I go edit, paste, and the image comes in on top of the card. Now as you can see, it's a lot bigger than the actual card itself, so make sure that the layer that the image is on is highlighted, and then go Control and T again, and that brings up these transform handles. Hold down the Shift key, go to the corner, just drag it in towards the center and move it down a little bit, and you might drag it out again if you make it. And when you're happy, double click in the center. Now from there, click on the Move tool, and that will allow you to move it around until you have it fairly centralized where you want it. After that, we need to put in our greeting. So we're going to click on the text tool, come up and choose whatever font you want. As I said, I think the handwritten fonts look best, so I'm going to choose brush script. The size I'm going to choose is 30, and the color I'm going to choose is red. But you have any option to choose any of the colors that you wish. Once you have the color chosen, it can be any of these. If you want to go green, you can go green as well. Alright, so I'm just going to go back to red, right up here in the corner, choose that color and click OK. I then put my cursor roughly, it doesn't have to be exactly where I want to place the greeting, and I type in whatever greeting you want. I'm just going to put in Christmas greetings from Tremor. And as you can see, that's moved a little bit off to the left there. So what I need to do is click on the Move tool and then just place it over the cursor and bring it down. Now at any stage, if I wish to go back to my image and make it a bit smaller, I can just click on the layer. Alright, Control and T again will bring up the handles, and I can decide, hold down Shift, I want this a little bit smaller, centralize it, double click, and then I want to bring down my layer where the writing is. So remember, got to click on the layer first, bring it down a bit, and remember this is going to be the fold here, and it's going to fold backwards. And that's it really. To work on the inside of the card, have a look at the tutorial on making the personal family card, but it is a matter of opening a new image, putting the greeting on the inside of the card, and then working out what way your printer prints the image so that when the card is printed, you can put it back in so that when it's opened, that the greeting is on the inside facing the reader. And that's it. Alright, I hope you got something from this. Oh, one last thing is, when all this is done, what you need to do is save the actual, both the images, both the outside here and the inside, as a JPEG. So I just go up, File, Save As. If you think that you might change the picture later on, save it as a photo .psd file, and that'll allow you to come back in at a later stage and put a different picture in there if you want to send different ones to different friends without having to do the whole card again. Alright, or if you're happy and it's finalized and you want to print it, save it as a JPEG. To me, the best option is save it as both. Save it as a PSD first, and then save it as a JPEG for printing. You're going to have to put it as a JPEG for printing. And that's about it.